Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, September 5th, 2017. This is Jennifer. We're going to start right at the top with an update on quilts and blankets for kids affected by the hurricane. The Linus Connection has been coordinating with the Austin Disaster Relief Network, and we are donating blankets through them, and they're going right into the hands of kids who are evacuees from the hurricane, and that's kids from Houston and Beaumont and Rockport and just all the areas that were affected. A lot of people have been completely displaced from their homes. We've had a lot of people in the shelters here in Austin. They are also helping by sending supplies to places that are having trouble getting supplies. We are collecting blankets. You can find more about that on thelinusconnection.org. And if you have a question, feel free to email me. I'm the contact point for email for what you need to know if there's information that you need that is not on the website. With that in mind, I do have 3 finishes to share this week. Knowing that the need was going to be great sort of lit a fire under me last week, and I got 3 quilts quilted. The Lion King 2, which you guys know the top was already done for this. I got this one quilted. This was a quilt top that I made probably in April at a sew day at my friend Linda's house. This one was orphan blocks. These were rows. I think these might have come from Susie. Susie, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they might have come from you. These were just several rows that were very, very long, and I took them apart and I left some segments together, but I took some of the blocks off and rearranged them a little bit to get an entire quilt out of this. I got all 3 of them quilted, all 3 of them bound in just a couple days, and all of these will go to the Linus Connection. Where they will go, I don't know, because we collect. And like right now, everything we're collecting is being distributed to the Austin Disaster Relief Network. If you're sending it specifically it is especially getting sent out to the Austin Disaster Relief Network. But also, we still have our regular facilities that are going to need quilts this month. If you guys follow me on social media, you already know that I have been sorting my epic collection of orphan blocks for probably, I don't even know, 8 years now, maybe a little longer. I have been collecting orphan blocks, and I've accepted orphan blocks from people all over the world. I've had people send me orphan blocks literally all over the world. So over the years, out of this collection, I have pulled lots of blocks and made lots of quilts for the Linus Connection, but I still had dozens of blocks, probably more than that. I didn't count them all. I probably had hundreds of blocks. So what I did was I spent a couple days going through them. I sorted them by size. I sorted them by color. I made kits. So basically I made kits that could be turned into quilts fairly easily. And I ended up getting, as of this morning, I had made 28 kits. 28 kits, guys. These are blocks that are ready to be, have some sashing added and put together, and they might need a little extra work just to get them going, but they are blocks that are already made. I'll show you a couple of the kits. So like here is a kit. This is 10 blocks that are all the same size. They're, I think these were all like 12 inches or so. They're all the similar colors. This is a bag of entirely applique blocks. They're just all kinds of different applique. There's hand applique, there's machine applique, there's raw edge, there's all kinds of stuff going on there. This is a bag of entirely 6.5-inch blocks. So you see what I've done. I've sorted them by style and by size. And then I've tried to mark them so that you can see what they are. I've already given some of these out. Thank you to Cynthia, who took several this morning. It's actually Monday when I'm recording this. She took several of these this morning and is going to put them together for quilts for Linus. And what I'm going to do is I have one other person who's volunteered to take some, and then all the rest of them I'm going to take to the next Linus meeting. And then anything that's left, if you are not local and would like for me to mail you one, I'm not going to do that until I've tried to exhaust all my local resources, because I don't want to have to mail stuff if I don't need to. But if you want a kit and you're not local and are willing for me to mail it to you, and you mail it back to me as at least a quilt top, then we can do that. But no decision on that yet. I want to try to give them all out at the next Linus meeting first. And that brings me to my next order of business, which is Rainbow Cascade. Rainbow Cascade, the quilt along starts next week on Monday, so it's the second and fourth Monday of every month now through April. Yesterday on sewhook.com I released the fabric amounts. The fabric amounts are generous, but if you are generous with your seams, or you like to use a little more fabric when you're paper piecing, You might even bump it up a little bit. I am using scraps only if at all possible. I did realize last week that my orange collection isn't fabulous, so I might need a couple of fat quarters of orange. But besides that, I am planning to use only scraps. I've pulled all my white fabric out of my stash. I've pulled several colors of a soft gray, and then I've started pulling reds and blues and greens and yellows and oranges and indigos and violets. I'm going to be using just stash, and I've mentioned before that my blocks are all going to be a little bit different because I'm probably going to have a different red in every red block and a different green in every green block. So next week, what I will be releasing is the pattern for Rainbow Cascade, and you can print as many as you're going to make in the next 2 weeks, or you can print every one you need for the entire quilt. I have the amount of pattern pieces that you need for the whole thing. There will be a chart for that next week. There will be just guidelines for making your entire quilt. So if you want to work ahead, you can. I have a schedule for what blocks we're going to make what week, so you can just check those off as you go. But if you don't want to make it in the order that I'm making it, that's okay too. The way I will be making it is from the top corner down and across, so that we will literally be rainbow cascading. So we're going to start with the red corner and work our way down. We are going to Roy G. Biv ourselves all the way across this quilt. So that is next week, and I do hope you will join in for Rainbow Cascade Quilt Along. Again, entirely free. And what I'm hoping is that I will have enough support through my Patreon to continue to do free events like this. Because of all the work I was doing for the Linus Connection last week, including sewing and including doing all of our social media stuff, I did not do Free Pattern Friday. It's the first time I skipped since I started, but I knew you guys would understand because it was for a very good cause. I hope to have a Free Pattern Friday up this week. There should be something. I am undecided right now, but I have a couple ideas going on. So hopefully, as things run a little more smoothly now that most of the questions have been answered and quilts are getting made and turned in, hopefully that'll give me a little bit more time on my computer to sit down and do what I need to do in order to have a Free Pattern Friday. The Stephen King event wrapped up last week on Fandom and Stitches. Starting this week, it's going to be Fantastic Beasts with Vanda and Christy. You guys give them all of your support. They have created a wonderful quilt along, and I know it's going to be fantastic. I know you guys are going to really enjoy it. So you guys check that out tomorrow on Fandom and Stitches. And I think that's going to be it. You guys have a wonderful crafty week, and I will see you next week. Bye. A quick PS, because I just totally forgot it was September. We have September birthdays, so make sure that if you are a Talk to Me Tuesday birthday fat quarter swapper, that you get your fat quarters in the mail.